Hi, Shannon O'Flaherty here. And tonight I'm going to talk to you about balance, beginnings, completion, and flow. Monday was the spring equinox, which is when the equator is in perfect alignment with the sun. And all of the influences on the planet are in equilibrium. The Latin word equus, I might not be saying that right, means equal, and nox means night. So that's why it's called the spring equinox. And I did a lovely despacho and fire ceremony for the Conscious Cafe in Skipton here in Yorkshire. And it was lovely. We had 12 people in attendance, and Gina Lazenby hosted and served beautiful soup and wonderful bread. And it was just a lovely, lovely night filled with prayer and intention. So you don't need to have a necessary event happening in the universe or in the heavens to set your intentions or set your prayers or start a new phase. But sometimes with spring happening, and it is a new phase seasonally, it was a full moon also the Friday before, so we were still in that full moon energy. We do think about new beginnings and completions, because with every new beginning, of course, there's naturally an ending of something before that. And so it's a time of balance. The shamans always look at the horizon, and they look at the light and the shadow. In Machu Picchu, all of the beautiful, gorgeous temples are set up according to the sun and how it shines and hits the space that the stones are aligned. And everything is set up that way with the sun, and it's absolutely beautiful. And so that horizon is about balance. That's the evenness that's going on in our lives. And even if you're out at sea and you're feeling kind of seasick, in order to not have that sort of swaying going on, you're meant to look at the horizon, because it balances you. It instills some kind of stillness inside of you. So when we're looking at light and shadow, basically, this is about our focus, our day-to-day focus. So where are you putting your focus day to day? Are you putting it on all of the wonderful light things that are happening in your life? Or are you putting it on all of the dark, negative things that are happening in your life? Because you know very well by now that where you put your focus is the energy that you're sending out and the vibration that you're creating. And this is what happens with the law of attraction. So it is a very challenging time in the world right now, with war happening and with pandemic happening. And there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of collective fear, a lot of collective sadness and upset and anxiety and worry. And if you are in alignment and feeling balanced, you can hold the space for that while still keeping your focus on the positive outcome. The shamans also talk about dreaming their world into being. So they're dreaming about the world that they want to see. So your mind does not know the difference between what you are imagining and what you're actually looking at. So what is it that you want to see? Do you want to see a world filled with peace, joy, harmony, community, people united, love, energy? Or do you want to see a world that's, well, like how it is currently? So you could think about that. So it's really a time to reevaluate the balance in our lives. How are we unbiased? How are we objective and non-discriminatory? How are we evenly in balance, and what is running parallel to that that's in the shadow? Because when we're running in balance and everything is smooth, like everything, there's yin and yang. You can see on my wall behind me, yin and yang, light and dark. It's happening simultaneously. And it's not that the dark is bad, it's just what's going on in the background, maybe. And so just like nature, right? There's a forest fire, everything burns, and then it grows again. So when you're in balance and everything is in flow, because also yesterday was World Water Day, and I went to a beautiful medicine woman ceremony, and it was all about flow. So how is our life in flow? Same thing with balance. Water is flow. We're made predominantly with water. You got to think about, what is the energy of that flow in your life? Is it rocky and shaky and rapids and murky, or is it a gently flowing, lovely stream? Is it a storm, or is it lovely? So we have the potential and capacity to maybe not change our circumstances, but how we respond to them, we absolutely do. And what you put your mind to and focus on, you do have the choice to do that, and the ability. Every single one of us, however rough things look, there will always be a grain of light somewhere that you can focus on. And when things get really tough, that's sometimes all you have to hold on to. You find those threads to hold on to, because that's where we get hope. That's where we feel like we're not alone, that we've got those angel wings around us holding us up. That's where we feel like we might find some inspiration from that, so that we're not just wallowing in the darkness all the time. And so when things are tough around us, you can still keep your alignment. And we do that by meditating, because when we can go within, we can reprogram ourselves and ask out loud for help. We're so good at just thinking we have to solve all the problems ourselves, and we don't. We have to ask for help, first of all. Ask for help and see what answer comes to you. See what comes to you, and start paying attention to the signs and symbols all around you, because nothing's by mistake. So look outside at nature. Everything's in blossom now. Everything's blooming. It's a highly, highly abundant time filled with colors. And we just went to the David Hockney Gallery today, which is near us. And one of his new exhibitions is Spring Has Arrived. And he talked about how this same road, how he started to observe it in the winter. And he doesn't like the winter, and he doesn't like the cold. And he started to really observe it as an artist, and realized that in the bleak, dark, gray, cold winter, that there is actually a lot of color. And so he started to appreciate winter, because he was looking at all of the different colors through an artist's eye, and then did paintings according to the seasons. So he started his spring work in the winter. And I thought, what a wonderful way to truly appreciate spring, by starting in the winter. Because when you're in the winter, sometimes we feel like it's never going to end, and then finally spring happens, and then the light changes and it stays light later, and everything's much better, much easier. There's a lighter kind of energy and flow. But even in the heavy times, you can choose light energy and flow, and it is actually a choice. So if you're feeling stuck right now and you don't quite know how to get out of that shadow space, I'd really love to speak to you, because this is what I do. I help people reframe stuff, and I help you find that stuck place within you, so that you can really get out of that, because we don't need to be stuck. There's always another viewpoint. There's always another perspective. Even if you think that you know all the answers already, I love having other people's viewpoints and perspectives, because it's very easy to see other people's stuff, but when it's our own, sometimes we're missing the point a little bit. And it's great to have feedback, reflection, really, really wonderful. So I'd love to hear from you and have a little chat. So book a complimentary mind shift call, 20 minutes. It's free. And let's have a chat and see how you can move into spring in a balanced way, focusing on the light within you. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.